So, John, about when you first came up to upstate New York, you went up to a mountain and you read Thomas Merton and you were writing a book about your experience being alone and you were contemplating your life and meditating and contemplating. Now you're doing it again, or you've continued doing it, but now you're doing it again, and you talk about this idea between meditation and contemplation. I'm wondering, like, what the difference between those are, and what's the difference between when you first came up to the mountain and now with the in terms of meditation.
You can read too much Thomas Merton. It's really so I'm happy to talk about that. It's a big part of my life now. I should warn people that I'm about to be 79, so I'm not quite as smooth as I was when I was giving talks about my books. They kind of flowed out. I have to think about it a little bit now. But it's an important time. My visit up on the mountain is where I first encountered the idea of changing and changing my life and following the Merton idea of you have to figure out who you are. And then you have to find that out before you can possibly be happy. And I was extremely unhappy. I was missing love in my life, and I was alone, and I was frightened, and I was depressed, and it was a mess, and I cracked up. So I began the process of really taking a deep look at myself, which I realized was essential. What did I want to do? I ended up on that mountain knowing I had to leave my life in New Jersey and New York and come up here into the country where I could be close to nature and also live a different kind of life. And I'm amazed as I sit here to be able to say that everything I wanted has come to be. You know, I have love in my life, which is you, and I have work that I love, which is my blog and my flower pictures. And my flower pictures, too, are a miracle to me. You know, I never thought I would be an artist like that. And I love where I live, and I love what I'm doing, and I love my work with the pantry. So I have everything I want here, everything I need.
And yet you're still looking to meditate and find out about yourself and understand yourself. I mean, you like from what you're saying, it's like, well, I have everything, so why bother meditating? Why bother doing that?
What I learned is the spiritual journey is never over. You never get there. You're only on the path. And I was improving my life tremendously, but I hope I never feel that I'm there. You know, there's always more to learn. There's always more to do. I never imagined that I would be so involved in a food pantry. I never imagined I'd even be living in a place like this for most of it. I never imagined living with donkeys. I never imagined living with sheep. And I love all of that. And I can't wait to see what comes next. You know, to me, getting older is not the end of something. It's the beginning of something. And the work I've done in my spiritual life has enabled me to live like that. And realize that what's really important in life is not how much money I'm making or how many books I'm selling, but whether I'm happy and whether it's meaningful and whether I can do something useful in the world other than just worry about myself, which is what I was doing.
So what is this now that you're looking for? Is there something in particular you're looking for through your meditation and contemplation?
Yes, I'm looking to go to the next step, whatever that is. I'm looking to find ways to be, calmer, safer, and less and more humble. I think humility is really important to being happy, because you when you do things for people and you're doing only for yourself, it doesn't work. So I think I really love that I want to leave the world in a little better place than I found it. And I think I'm beginning to do that. And I have to do more work on myself. I'm by no means a perfect human, as you really know. You can testify to that. So I have a lot of work to do, but I know I can do it, and I have to do it. And I think so. And Sunday, I'm taking a whole day to do it, which is really a shock. As you pointed out, a very new thing for me. I've never taken a day off, hardly ever in my life, my work life. And I'm going to spend it thinking. The thing about contemplation is you can't really describe it to people. You can't really say exactly what it's about because nobody really knows. It's kind of a mystical thing. And Merton people like that think it's the most important thing you can possibly do with yourself. And so I'm experiencing it. I want to know more about it, and I want to feel it. I did a little bit last week. I got a lot out of it. I got a lot of insights into things I can be doing. But I think this idea of knowing yourself is something that goes on forever. And once you think you've got it and drop it, you stop. And I don't want to stop the process. And also because I'm 79. I don't have all the time in the world to do it, so I want to get to it. And you know, the pantry, the food pantry has been a great thing for me. It gives me a lot of meaning, it gives me a reason to get up, it gives me a reason to work hard. And I love the idea every morning of being able to get food to people who need it.
So your age and contemplation. I like when you said you want to leave the world a better place. It kind of it's because of your age, and we're writing a lot about aging. They're kind of going hand in hand. So it's different than it was 25 years ago when you first started doing it.
Well, I also understand that in order to live this kind of a life, you just have to have support. You can't do it entirely by yourself. You don't have to be married, but you have to work with somebody or people to figure it out. And so being married to you and living with you has really helped because you really support me and I really support you. And that's a lot of what we're about and what our marriage is about. So I really have help. And I really have helped to sharpen the ideas and try them out and think about them. It's harder when you're alone. But also at the same time, I love being alone. I love being alone and in silence. That's really where I get to think. It's really where I get to see myself. And I'm always, when I look deep down into myself, I'm always a little bit rattled because I often see something I don't really like. And something to work on. I've never done that without saying, oh, you're still doing that. And it's very helpful to me.
Well, that's great, John. I think it's great great what you're doing, and I kind of like this little conversation we're having.
Well, this is also something new we're going to be doing, and Maria's going to do it too. We're going to, just in keeping with the whole new media, which is talking on video form, as well as just in words, so people can see and feel the person that they're reading. For me, and you've been doing it very well with your art. And so I want to do more of it with my art. I'm an artist too now. So
Thank you, pictures. Artist and writer John.
Did you ever think Katz. I would be writing flower pictures, taking flower pictures?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was with you at the beginning, I'm not surprised.
You were the only one who said the pictures were any good, so that was good. Well, all right. So listen to us. Maria's going to be up next, and we'll see what happens.